якщо я цей план представлю спочатку президенту Сполучених Штатів. Слава Україні!
Командир президентского полка, полковник Сурайкин.
Здравствуйте, товарищи!
Ukraine has unveiled a victory plan, an ambitious but vague agenda to end the war. President Zelensky announced it on Tuesday. It came after 2 days of relentless attacks by Russia. Moscow fired hundreds of missiles and drones. They targeted around 20 Ukrainian cities. Soon afterwards, Zelensky unveiled his plan. He will share it with US President Joe Biden.
Думаю, справедливо, якщо я
It will be fair to present this plan to the U.S. president. The success of this plan depends on him. Whether we will get what is in this plan or not, whether we will have freedom to use the things prescribed by the plan or not. Since things are generally delayed in life, I think I will present this plan in September during the meeting with him. I think it will be a right thing to do to convey this plan to both Kamala Harris and Trump.
І думаю, що якимось чином буде правильно.
Zelensky will be traveling to the U.S. in the month of September. He will address the United Nations General Assembly. During that trip, he will share his victory plan, not just with Biden, but also Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Now, what exactly is this plan? Zelensky has outlined 4 stages. Number 1, the Kursk incursion. Ukraine has made inroads into Russian territory. They claim to control 100 settlements and 600 prisoners of war. So the first stage is leverage. The second stage is deciding Ukraine's place in the world security infrastructure. Well, those are Zelensky's words. But what do they mean? Maybe security guarantees from the West, or a promise of neutrality, or even a NATO membership. We don't know. It is vague by design. The third stage is forcing Russia to end the war diplomatically. And this is very important. After the invasion, Zelensky talked about defeating Russia. He said, give me the weapons and I'll beat Putin. But now he says, end the war diplomatically. Again, no specifics, which brings us to the final stage, that is the economic package. I'm guessing this means rebuilding after the war or joining the European Union market. Now, Zelensky's statements made a couple of things quite clear. A, this won't be possible without US support. And B, it could take a while. Why else would he brief both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump? But let's assume that they're on board. Will it be enough for the plan to succeed if the Americans are on board? Russia has already rejected the plan. They say the war will continue. But there is one good thing about this plan, an acceptance that talks are the only way out. Zelensky was pretty clear about it.
І якщо вони знають хоч щось про наші дії,
We must, on our platform at the Peace Summit, be in powerful position, strong position. Of course, it will be over in the way of dialogue, but we must have strong position in the dialogue.
на нашій платформі, на саміті миру, бути в потужній ситуації.
So Zelensky is betting on dialogue. But to succeed at the negotiating table, you need leverage. Does Kiev have that? They claim to control around 1,300 square kilometers of Russian territory. Now, to give you some context, Russia's total size is 17 million square kilometers. Kiev controls 1,300. So it controls 0.007% of Russia. But Russia controls nearly 18% of Ukraine. Now, I'm not a negotiating expert, but those do not look like good numbers. So Kursk alone cannot help Ukraine. They need to do better, and for that, they will need Western help. Zelensky is asking for long-range cruise missiles. He wants to hit deep inside Russia. But Moscow has warned against it. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov issued a threat yesterday.
This is blackmail. This is an attempt to pretend that the West wants to avoid excessive escalation, but in reality it is deceit. The West does not want to avoid escalation. The West, as they say, is asking for it. We have our own doctrine, including the doctrine of using nuclear weapons, which, by the way, is now being clarified and which American officials know very well.
This is why the West is wary. They don't mind attacks inside Russia, but they don't want their weapons involved. So what is Zelensky doing about that? He's building his own long-range missiles. It's called palyanitsia. The word itself refers to a type of Ukrainian bread. Apparently, the Russians have a hard time pronouncing it. This weapon is homegrown. It's a combination of a missile and a drone, and it can strike deep inside Russia. But the exact range is not clear yet. If deployed, it could strengthen Kiev's hand, maybe put Russia under more pressure. But still, there is no guarantee of success, because Russia is a nuclear power and Ukraine is not. No incursion or missile can bridge that gulf, meaning Moscow will always have the upper hand in talks. Zelensky is simply not willing to accept that. It's good that he's focusing on dialogue, but that dialogue must be rooted in battleground realities. If not, it will be a repeat of what we saw in Switzerland, a peace summit with no peace.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost.